Wow, she is looking very nice. Hi everyone, and welcome to a very exciting video today. The reMarkable Paper Pro has just arrived at my door. Not going to lie, I feel a bit like a child at Christmas time. So excited to get into this. I'm just by way of a preview of the video, I'm going to do a bit of an unboxing and my first thoughts, and we'll go into a bit more detail into some future videos. But I'd like to sort of take this outside, have a look at it in some natural light, have a look at the backlit screen in some dark rooms, sort of things that I've not really seen on other videos, which will hopefully help you in making your decision or get you more excited about it if you are expecting the Paper Pro yourself. So I'll start with the pen. Let's save the main event till later. This is the Marker Plus, an incredibly precise tool for paper-like writing with an inbuilt eraser. Just a reminder that if you aren't aware, the Plus model comes with the eraser and the basic Marker doesn't. That's the only difference really. Perhaps it's a different colour, but in function, that's the only difference. Very nicely packaged, as you would expect from reMarkable. That's the paperwork, and here is the pen itself. So let's get a bit of a close-up here. There's the quite discreet branding, eraser on the back, the new nib there. Spare marker tips come in this box. Again, very nicely packaged. See if I can get these out. There we go. Wow, it's like a box within a box within a box. Okay, there they are. So essentially, if you need a new one, you just take the old one out and then stick this in, and it sort of attaches it for you. So for those who have owned the reMarkable 2, here's a little side-by-side comparison. They're pretty much exactly the same size, similar width, which I think is between 9 and 10 millimeters. However, obviously the technology inside it is very different. This is Wacom, and this pen has a battery in it, and it charges by connecting to your device. So we'll test this out properly in a moment, but let's get into the device itself. For those who have followed my channel, you might know I'm very passionate about pens. Here's a little look into some of my reMarkable 2 pen collection. So I'm very much looking forward to doing a proper video or a full video just on the marker itself. But for now, let's open up the Paper Pro. Oof, that was satisfying, wasn't it? Okay, so the packaging again, very nice. Better paper, better thinking. The reMarkable slogan. So behind it, you've got your paperwork and you've got your USB cable. Interestingly, on the reMarkable 2, it's USB-A to USB-C. This time, I believe, yeah, it's USB-C to USB-C. We'll move this aside for now. Hopefully it'll fit in the shot. There it is. Wow, she is looking very nice. Woo. Okay, so let's talk features, or should I say hardware. There is your USB-C port. Along the edge, we have a nice sort of textured bezeled edge, you can see there, which runs about 2/3 of the way up the screen on this side, and on this side it runs all the way up the screen and along the top, where you have your power button on /sleep button. No other hardware particularly to be aware of. It has got the 4 soft rubber contacts, so you can just place it down on your desk without it getting scratched, and you've got your pogo pins for those who purchased the Type Folio. And the screen is looking gorgeous. I'm going to pull out my reMarkable 2 for a second. Look at that. So interestingly, this side bezel is obviously, they've taken this grey part away. So you've got a lot more real estate on the screen there. And the bigger device means you get proportionately a much bigger screen, which I will quite enjoy having that aspect there. And if we look at the back, reMarkable 2, reMarkable Paper Pro. This is almost sort of a similar space grey colour that Apple use for a lot of their products. Okay, so that's a very brief comparison. As I say, I'll do a more in-depth comparison with the reMarkable 2, but for now, let's get signed in and we'll have a look at the device itself. Hi everyone, okay, so I've been through the setup. Just in case you're interested, essentially I put in my Wi-Fi details and I've synced up my reMarkable account, which I already have. If you don't have one, obviously you just create a new account with reMarkable.com, and it was super easy to use. I've just had a very quick play on it, and the one thing I've noticed straight away with the pen is I was expecting it to feel quite similar, but it feels very different. Okay, so I've got both of them here, and this marker feels a lot more like an actual pen. It feels heavier. Having used the pen a little bit more, I just want to come back and correct my description on the pen. It's weighty like a pen, but very much abrasive like a pencil. The old reMarkable 2 marker has a much softer nib and is very much more like a marker pen. The latency, you can tell a difference. I feel like you can. A lot of people said, even though the latency is improved, you probably won't be able to tell a difference, but it just, you can really tell. Very responsive. Okay, now we're going to get some colours going. You've got black, grey, white, blue, red, green, yellow, cyan and magenta. So you've got 9 colour options to choose from. The black does look like a true black. White, obviously, we know what that's like. Now these colours, when I've seen them on other people's screens, they don't seem as intense or strong as I would like. So let me show an example here, perhaps, is this. So just in case you're wondering, you will get that purple line coming up initially and then it fades away. That's just part of the technology. So this is supposed to be a nice deep red. Let's put the yellow next to it. I'll go ahead and show you all the colours, but I'll fast forward so it's a bit quicker for you. Magenta, next to green, blue, cyan, then we've got our grey, and of course the black. Now the unique thing about this device is you can shade the colours together. To do that you need to select the shading tool here, or the shader. Pick your colour. Let's do red and yellow. See if it makes orange. Or something that resembles orange. So there we've got the yellow, there we've got the red, and in the middle, okay, yeah, it does make quite a good orange actually. Interesting how the shader red does look quite different to the red when I've used the fine liner. So I guess the shader might alter the colours a little bit to make them perhaps a bit weaker, which is better for shading, which I suppose makes sense there. Now let's go test out this light. This is it in a bright room. You can't really tell a difference. We're going to see what it looks like in a dark room. So here we are in my bathroom. It's the only room in the house that doesn't have any windows, and I'm filming this in the middle of the day, so we have to make do with what we can. That is section or option 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. A really nice glow. I mean, there's still some light coming through the door next to me, but this is very much more than sufficient when you're using it at night. In fact, I might not even use it on the highest. I'd probably use something like 3 or 4 when the room is completely dark. But the colours still pop nicely. In fact, the colours probably look better using this light than in the natural light. Here's a look at the same display right by the window, so we're getting lots of natural light coming in from outside. Again, the back or the screen is slightly darker than the reMarkable 2. Not too different, but the colours pop nicely. Will be great to use outside, but the back or the screen itself is a little bit grayer than on the reMarkable 2. So the last thing I want to look at with you all is how it handles documents such as PDFs. So I've got an example here, is my reMarkable 2 accessory guide. Just a quick note, I have a Facebook group called reMarkable Tips, Templates and Accessories, where you can find documents such as this, helpful tips and templates for free, and people exchange different helpful information. It's a nice little community. If you want to get involved, I'll leave the link in the description. But the colours are really nice to see on here. The one thing I did notice as I was flicking through, I don't know if you can hear it because it's very quiet, but every time I change page I can hear a little squeaking noise or a sort of a processing noise. Let me see if I can get my camera to pick it up. I'll move it a bit closer to the screen. So that's very interesting. I might get in contact with reMarkable support just to see if they've got any guidance on that aspect and if it should be making that sort of noise. And I'll report back and let you know what comes out of it. But another document you might use is PDF template. So here is my daily organizer. Just in case you weren't aware, I create bespoke PDF templates such as planners, organizers, to-do lists, checklists, meeting notes and project planners for work as well. These enhance my experience on the reMarkable. Perhaps they could do the same for you. So if you want to have a browse, there is a shop link in the description. But let's see how it handles a PDF with lots of hyperlinks, such as this is my daily organizer and it contains hundreds of pages and lots of hyperlinks. So if we go into the planner, there's the weekly page. I would say it seems to load as probably quicker than the reMarkable 2, which you did used to get a bit of a loading bar on the reMarkable 2 when you were navigating around this, but it seems to handle it really well. But it is still making a noise whenever I change the page. Perhaps that's the new colour screen. It might be a feature of it, but it will be interesting to see what exactly comes of that. So all in all, I'm super excited to dive into this device a bit more. I think the screen feels incredible. I prefer the feel of the screen compared to the reMarkable 2. I will say that. I prefer the screen footprint. I think the light looks great. The colours, they look good. It's never going to look as bright and bold as it does on an LCD or LED screen, but the colours look nice and is a nice addition. In terms of the device itself, well, it looks gorgeous. But what I'm going to do is test it out for a few days and I'll report back on anything else that I find, anything good, anything positive, anything negative, just to help you in making your decision whether the reMarkable Paper Pro is for you. Thanks so much for watching and I'll catch you on the next one.